Good morning, everyone. I'm Mike Ippolito, the principal here at Armwood High School. We're here today for a memorial service for Paul Cuzzupe, an ex-student here at Armwood who served us in the military. Events like this, I think, are important for students to see and the communities to see, because individuals like him have given the ultimate sacrifice for our freedoms, to be able to come to school, go to games on a Friday or Saturday, or Sunday football games. Anything that you do is really in honor of people like Paul, because without his sacrifice, none of this could ever happen, and all the other individuals like him. What you're seeing today is the beginning of a memorial garden that our AVID students and our SLC coordinator has put together, and it's the first tree of the memorial garden that's going in this section of the school. And by the time we reach the end of school, this whole area will be one big garden to commemorate not just Paul, but other students that have lost their lives for our freedom that have been in attendance here at Armwood. At this time, I'm going to turn it over to Mr. Hill, and the ceremony will begin. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Abu. Good morning, everybody. As Mr. Ippolito said, we're here today to recognize, celebrate, and honor Private First Class Paul Cuzzupe. I'd like to recognize members of the National Honor Society, the AVID program, the JROTC program, friends, family, and especially the Hillsborough County Sheriff's Department. So without further delay, I'd at this time like to recognize and introduce First Sergeant Spence.
Bring your units to attention. Please join me in the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Sheriff Department, Mr. Ippolito, Mr. Hill, ROTC, AVID, National Society, and families and friends. We're gathered here this morning on a very auspicious occasion for a young man that has served the military faithfully. I know him personally. Paul Cuzzupe was a member of the JROTC program here at Armwood High School, was also a member of the drill team, the cadets wearing the red beret to my left, your right. Cuzzupe epitomized a student here at Armwood High School. When he was in this program, he lived up to the creed, which is the JROTC cadet creed. The creed goes as follows. I'm a junior ROTC cadet. I will always conduct myself to bring credit to my family, country, school, and the Corps of Cadets. I'm loyal and patriotic. I'm the future of the United States of America. I do not lie, cheat, or steal, and will always be accountable for my actions and deeds. I will always practice good citizenship and patriotism. I will work hard to improve my mind and strengthen my body. I will seek the mantle of leadership and stand prepared to uphold the Constitution of the United States and our American way of life. May God grant me the strength to always live by this creed. This young man lived by the creed when he was an ROTC cadet. He joined the military, and he was then introduced to another creed, the soldier's creed. But I believe that Cuzzupe lived up to the words of President John Fitzgerald Kennedy at his inaugural ceremony in Washington, D.C., when he said, "Ask not what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country. That's what Cuzzupe did. He made the ultimate sacrifice, ladies and gentlemen, and he's not with us today. But his appearance, I know it is a sad time. It's a festive time of the year when he should be around the Christmas tree. He should be around the table, enjoying this festive season. But unfortunately, he's not here. But the memories lives on. And that's why we're here today on this very auspicious occasion, dedicating this tree and unveiling this plaque. I will say to the family one very important thing. I have good news. And the good news is, Paul, the apostle, in 2 Corinthians 5:8, he said to the church at Corinth, we are confident, and I say, it's better to be absent from the body and to be present with the Lord. Cuzzupe, again, I tell you, ladies and gentlemen, in 2 Timothy 4:7, the Apostle Paul said to Timothy, I've fought a good fight. Yes, I've finished my course. I've kept the faith. That's what he did. He fought a very good fight, and he has finished his course. So I say to you, on this day, that as you celebrate the festive season, and it's no longer with you, bear one thing in mind, that his presence always be there, and he has done extremely well serving this great country of ours, the United States of America. So I say to you in closing, may God continually and perpetually bless you. May his face shine upon you and be gracious unto you. May his lift up his countenance on you and continually give you peace throughout the holiday season and always. Thank you. Bring your units to attention and present arms.
All attention! Harry on! Oh, arm!
Thank you, First Sergeant Spence. At this time, I'd like to introduce faculty member and United States military veteran, Bruce Berner.
Thank you, Mr. Hill. Good morning, everybody, and it is a mixed feeling kind of a day for us. I remember the memorial service we had for Paul, and I just really still have such harsh feelings about the loss of such a fine young man. But Paul called me before he joined the Army. Just by the way, I teach history here at Armwood. For many of you that don't know that, I teach history here, and I had the Cuzzupe boys. It's been my distinct pleasure to have had all three of them, and they always said I was so mean when I had them, but I think we've developed a relationship and a good friendship. And Paul called me before he decided to go in the military, and he asked me a few questions about, what it was like, and I spent a year in Vietnam, and he was determined to do the right thing, to help his family, and to make a difference in this world. And that's one of the things that I always saw in so many of our kids here. They really do want to make a difference. They don't know quite how yet, but they want to. And Paul chose to go into the Army, and I was very proud of the decision he made, because he made it for the right reasons. He made it because he cared about his country, he cared about his family, he really wanted to do something right. Of course he did not want to die, none of us do in an early part of our life, but he knew when he went in that there was a chance that would happen. And he gave his life for all of us. And so many young people today are really willing to do that. They don't know what to do, some of them, but they make a choice, and Paul made that choice. And when we found out he had died in the war, we all cried, all of us, the family over here who are very dear to me, his friends. They cried without ending for a long time because of the loss of Paul. He was such a neat guy, y'all. He was such a neat person to be around. He was so creative. He had music in his head all the time and lyrics, and he just always was, wanting to, be creative. And ladies and gentlemen, it was a loss. It is a loss. But you know what? He would be very proud of us today for remembering him and remembering all of our Americans who have fallen for us and who have been willing to do what they've done. It's just a pleasure, ladies and gentlemen, to teach young people like Paul. It's a pleasure to be around young people like Paul. And ladies and gentlemen, I hope that all of you will keep a little bit of Paul in your heart. And if you do that, then you're always going to know to do the right thing, just like Paul. Thanks for coming today, and I just thank the family for being here. And the tree should be the first thing up, and we're going to put some more things up. But ladies and gentlemen, as you leave today, think about what it means to do the right thing. And Paul was willing to. He gave the ultimate sacrifice. And yet, ladies and gentlemen, he will never be lost to us because we'll always remember him. And thank you so much for coming.
At this time, we'll have Cadet Captain Curtis Howell to recite the soldier's poem. Curtis. Thank you, Curtis.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time I'd like to introduce Miss Annette Kirk, mother of Paul Cuzzupe, to say a few words and to honor us with the unveiling and presentation. Ms. Kirk.
Good morning, everyone. My family and I would like to take this opportunity to thank all of Armwood High School, the Hillsborough County Sheriff's Department, especially Mr. Calloway, and everyone who's taken time out of their day to show respect to Paul. Paul spent 3 years at Armwood High School and had been involved in Junior ROTC, the Marching Band, and National Honor Society. He had also been active in his church youth group and busy forming various bands with other local teams. Quite a few of them that went to Armwood too. In 2005, Paul graduated with honors in the top 20% of the class. He went on to St. Leo University with an academic scholarship and graduated with a bachelor's degree. Paul joined the U.S. Army and became a medic. He was killed in action by a pressure plate IED. While coming back from a mission on August 8th, 2010 in Afghanistan. The tradition of planting a tree is an appropriate way of honoring a life and a passing. And the meaning of a magnolia tree varies, but it's associated with perseverance, strength, and beauty, all of which I correlate with Paul's life. I urge all students and faculty to visit the tree often or during those times when you need to find strength and reflect. And my family and I will be visiting as often as we possibly can, and I hope you all do as well. Thank you very much for everything today.
That concludes our ceremony for this morning. Again, those people that are recognized this morning, we thank you for coming out and have a good day. Thank you.
Thank you.